Hi everyone. Today we're going to cook a wonderful Spanish dish called paella. But before we do that, let's look at all the ingredients that will go into the paella. First, we're going to have a medium grain rice. It's important to go with a medium grain rice. They also sell a paella specific rice, but this will do just as well. We're going to use some chicken broth and some water for the rice when we cook it. We've got some smoked sausage here. We've got some clams. And we've got some shrimp. And we'll have mussels. I'm also going to be using a combination of onions, red peppers, yellow peppers, and cherry tomatoes, as well as some garlic with it. Also on this side, we've got some chicken which we pre-cooked. I usually like to use the thigh. It has more flavor for the paella, and I pre-cook it just enough that later I can put it into the paella dish and it becomes even much more tender. And here's the paella pan in which all of this will be cooked. So in a little bit, we'll come back and we'll show you the process. Okay, so now that we're cooking this, it looks translucent and looking good. We're going to go ahead and put in a packet of this paella, which is basically a seasoning with the saffron in it that's going to make things a lot good. And we're going to just incorporate all that together with the veggies. And we gotta be careful not to make it too hot. So I'm bringing the level down a bit. There we go. Alright, so now as you can see it's taking sort of a reddish color, which we're going to then go ahead and start with our fluids, which is going to be the chicken broth and the water. So now we've added the 6 cups of water. That would be 4 of the chicken broth and 2 of water. The fluid it's going to now boil in order for us to be able to cook the rice. So we need to get this up, the temperature up enough to boil the rice. And so once we have that boiling, we'll put in the rice, we'll put in some of the meats. And then for the seafood, we're going to wait. We're actually going to cook it about 30 minutes. So we're going to wait about 15 or so minutes before we put in the shrimp, the clams, and the mussels, only so that they don't overcook. So as you can see, we have now the water fluids are boiling, and we are now ready to put in our rice, which we're going to cook for 30 minutes. So let's do that. And we want to spread it as much as possible. And again, it's a total of 3 cups of rice that we're putting in 6 cups of water. Standard measure for rice, which usually is 2 cups of water for 1 cup of rice. Gonna put it around where it's settled, nice and easy. And obviously we're going to then start putting in, we've already added our sausage as you can see there, and I'm gonna start adding in my rice, my chicken, chicken now, so it soaks all that good liquid. Okay. Here we go. We got all the chicken here and there. I also like to, at this time, to throw in some peas. I prefer that is something that's not required, but I like it because it adds another level of flavor and also makes it look pretty. throw that in. Now at this point, I'm going to start my timer, and I'm going to set it for 30 minutes, and I'm going to lower my temperature to low. So we're going to lower temperature to low. We're going to set 30 minutes on our timer, and at this point I'm going to cover it with a special aluminum foil which I created earlier on. And in about 15 minutes I'm going to put in my seafood. Okay? Okay, so we are about to put in the seafood at this time. As you can see, I'm lifting up, starting to look quite nice, cooked up. And what we'll do is first I'm going to start inserting the shrimp. Just let them in there, like that. Okay, like this. And they'll cook with that steam coming up. Right there. Insert it. There we go. Like that. Okay. And it's plenty hot enough that it'll cook all that. Okay, so we got that. And then the next item we're going to be putting is mussels. Now these mussels, as you can see, it's got like, it looks like lard, but it's actually butter with garlic. That even intensifies the flavor. And they will be opening up. Very nice. Stick them in there. Paella mix. Sides, all over, there you go, here, right here, as you can see they're already opening up. It doesn't take too much heat to open these. Okay, and last but not least, we're going to be putting in our clams as well. Are partly cooked already, so it's easy enough for them to open. And we are pretty much done, other than waiting another 13-14 minutes. And as you can see, some of the shrimp is already cooking. Okay, now we go ahead and final stage, we're going to add a little bit of salt and pepper to it for better flavor. For better flavor, we're going to add a little bit of salt and pepper. Okay. There we go. Put this back and cover it up again, and let it simmer there for a little bit longer. And I just add, since we lost a little bit of heat, add a little bit more, and that's pretty much what it does. And we come back in approximately 12 minutes, and we should have our paella complete. So here we are. final product. It's all finished and looking beautiful. And we're going to team it up with fried plantains, which are going to give that sweetness flavor. And we're just going to have a good time.